Boop, 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 boop. Here we go, kids.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Okay, that always makes me laugh.
Cocked twice.
Just in case.
All right.
Just in case. Hi.
Hi.
We're back. In
You're
this-
back. I didn't go anywhere.
Yes. My legs are killing me right now. I don't know why. I know why. Yep, that could be it. That could be it. David
Yes.
Collings,
It's me.
are you going to do the intro today?
I could try.
All right. How about we do a podcast?
Okay.
Unidentical.
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 Welcome back to Unidentical. I'm your host, David Collings, here with my twin brother, Jason Collings. We are identical yet unidentical.
Hence
Get
the
it?
Name.
And hence the name.
If you continue to listen on all, God damn it, Jay. Do the thing again where you say it quiet.
All right, I'll do it. Ready?
I'll do it like more. You do it like
Make
under.
sure you continue to
Make sure you continue to
like.
like.
Nope, sorry.
Nope,
It's been
sorry.
It's been a couple weeks. Hold
It's
on.
been a couple weeks. So
Make sure you rate and review
Make
Oh
sure
my
you rate
God.
and review.
Next time I'm going to do
at
this.
Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, wherever it is that you download your podcast. Make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and leave a review. Go.
leave a review. And if you want to look at our beautiful faces, go to YouTube, Unidentical Podcast.
That's a great. What is
Oh, and the ring
broadcaster?
Huh?
Broadcaster voice.
Yes. Ring the bell.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Just ring it.
Ring. It is a bell. I keep forgetting it's a bell.
Mhm.
Isabel reminds me of my wonderful friend Brad Garrett, his wife Izzy. Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday.
Today's her birthday.
Nice.
What was I going to tell you?
Did
the hell was I
we
gonna
complete that? Did we do all
I
the
think
stuff?
we did it. We did it horribly.
Unidenticalpod.com for merch.
Yep, we did it horribly.
Email
Oh,
us at unidenticalpod.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The merch.
we got merchandise.
Mhm.
Yeah, go to unidentical.com and click on shop, I believe, and you'll find all the cool stuff. Also, if you have any questions, stories, if you want to just, chew us out, go to
out.
unidenticalpod@gmail.com. There's some merchandise for you. Got hats, got black women. We got, looks like an Asian woman.
If you look there, go back. If you look, there's a,
Okay,
see
what?
see the brunette there with the black T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one?
Click on her.
Okay.
That is from Jason's special that's out on it. So
Oh, that logo there. Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
can make
another
that
thing.
bigger. There
Since
it is.
we've talked to you folks, my 1 hour special, It's Not Me, It's You, is now available on Amazon Prime. Yes. Go to Prime, search my name, watch the special. You could rent it, you could buy it, either one. If you want to have it in your family forever, buy it.
written completely by David.
Written in, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
So yeah, since we've seen you guys, I have my special dropped January 11th on our birthday. January 11th, the special dropped, and it is being very well received. It's critically acclaimed right now. It's not a huge, massive hit, but the people who have seen it love it, and I hope you agree and go watch it. Make sure you go to Amazon Prime, search Jason Collings, and it'll come up. Watch the special. It's great. Also, what has happened since we've seen you is I shot another special. I just shot a half-hour special for LMFAO Comedy Club, which is a new streaming app at the Comedy Bar in Toronto. I shot a half-hour special there.
nice.
I'll keep you guys posted on when and where you can find that. That trip was crazy.
The Toronto trip.
The whole trip.
Let's
And
hear
nothing
it.
but the trip.
So how did it start? You went
on our
to
birthday.
Anchorage first. right?
Yeah, on our birthday, January 11th, I got on a plane in the evening and flew to Anchorage, Alaska.
So the special dropped. You lifted.
Uh-huh.
Haha. Waiting to use that one.
Where's my laughing? I got to be ready for this stuff. So on our birthday, January 11th, I got on an airplane, flew to Anchorage. Holy shit, cold as shit, Alaska. Performed at Coots there in Anchorage. 3 shows, all of them sold out. It was a lot of fun. Everybody in Anchorage, Alaska that came out to the show, thank you so much for coming out. I had a blast. One thing that happened though that was crazy that we're not used to here in America, because I was out of the country, I was in Alaska, what happened, we pull up to the venue, and I'm with the people that were taking care of me, this couple. They're so sweet. They were my rides. They took me everywhere I needed to go and picked me up from the hotel and the airport and all that. We pull up to the venue, and there is a full-grown moose walking down the middle of the street. And of course, I see this moose, and I go, "What the F?" Like I never cuss. I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "What?" I go, "There's a monster walking down the middle of the street." And they're like, "Oh, yeah.
He's your opener.
That's normal." Yeah. I go, "That's not normal." And he goes, "No." And I go, oh, she's upset. That's what he says. He goes, "Oh, she's here." It was a she, which, holy shit, this bitch was big, right? And they're like, "Oh, the bulls get even bigger with the big giant horns."
Oh, wow.
Or what do they call? Are those horns?
Antlers.
Antlers.
Yeah.
I prefer unclers. What?
Oh my god. Twin humor.
Yeah.
So bad.
Bad. But they're so used to it. And he goes, "Oh, well, she's a little annoyed." I go, how do you know? "Oh, her ears are back." And I'm like, "What?" And what I realized is she was walking past a gas station. And the person that was trying to pull out of the gas station had to stop and wait for her. And she's like, "Motherfucker, I'm a moose.
Really?
You will wait for me." These things get bigger than horses. They could kill you. And they could, I'm pretty sure they can get aggressive. And this guy was,
I feel like I've seen videos of the moose.
Yeah,
getting
probably.
pretty aggressive. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My favorite is when tourists and shit try to take selfies with them and then they get the shit kicked out of them.
Oh yeah. So it's like, you just
Personally,
can't
I love
think They deserve it.
I
like
love
your
that.
They deserve that.
I love it.
Like the whales are Uber.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. So this moose was hanging out and they said, "Oh, yeah, they walk down the middle of the street during snow because it's easier for them to walk around." And I was like, "Okay, you guys are fucking crazy up here." And then I found out, apparently, in recent years, Eskimo is considered a derogatory term for the indigenous people of Alaska. And I found out that is part of that white guilt woke movement, because the young lady that was taking care of me the whole time I was there, she's Native Alaskan. And I asked her, I go, "Are you Native?" And she goes, "Yes, I'm Native and Alaskan." So I go, "Can I ask you a question? Is it true that Eskimo is a derogatory term?" She goes, she literally goes, "I don't fucking know. That's weird." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I specifically remember growing up and my grandmother holding me by the shoulders and going, 'Don't forget and always remember, you are a proud Eskimo girl. Be a proud Eskimo.'" And now that white people have taken over the woke movement, I guess you can't say Eskimo anymore. Right. And also, my buddy John Campanelli, who I talk about a lot and love, he talks about in his special that gypsy is now is now derogatory, which that sucks because that.
What do you call them then?
Thieves? I don't fucking know.
So that jazz group has
Thieves
to change
on
their
the
name.
run.
Yeah.
Gypsy Kings to the Thief Kings.
And then the girl that just got out of prison for brutally murdering her mom, Gypsy Rose.
Sorry, Thief Rose.
Did you see Thief Rose? Did you see this?
Well, let me
we'll
ask
get
you
into
this,
that.
though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Eskimo or anything like. Is that like?
I didn't
is
see
that
a
like
single igloo, but go ahead.
Is that like? Is it like Cherokee and Sioux? Is that the same kind of deal? Like, are they nations? And maybe Eskimo is a specific nation of people?
I have
and
no idea.
there's
That's a
other ones?
great question. Here we go. Although the name Eskimo is commonly used in Alaska to refer to
Inuit
and Yupik people of the world, this usage is now considered unacceptable by many or even most Alaskan natives, largely since it's a colonial name imposed by non-indigenous people. Yeah, that's some white people shit that did that, because the one that I was hanging out with, who by the way was very young, she's like, "Oh no, that shit doesn't bother me." You know, it's like people saying you can't call them midgets anymore. You know who constantly refers to himself as a midget? Brad Williams. And I'm like, well,
we should know that he's a midget.
No, Brad's 6'7".
Oh,
6'7".
Have you ever seen a guy that looks like a full-grown?
Brad just slouches, but go ahead.
Have you ever seen that?
Full-grown midget?
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn, Mike Lenoci. Yeah, they have dwarf body, but they're grown men.
I never noticed that one.
So yeah, I learned that that white people are a bit upset if I say it, but the indigenous Inuits are like, "Whatever, dude. Come hang out at my igloo. Let's have whale meat for dinner." I don't know. Do they still do that? Oh, they do this thing And I
You have to
saw it at the
understand,
airport.
Alaska is so. I don't go anywhere. Again, and you go all over the world. I've never been anywhere.
Mhm.
Alaska seems so like it's like a Star Wars planet to me. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So when I'm there, the first morning I'm there, my phone rings at what I think is 3, 4 in the morning. It's dark, and I'm like, and it's him. And I'm pissed. I'm like, why the fuck is he calling me so early? It's 10 in the morning,
I was gonna ask you.
and
that.
there's no sun out.
Yeah.
There's no sun. Sunrise was just a little bit after 10, and sunset was around 3.
Right. It's because
Wow.
it's so north, right?
Yeah.
I remember my friend Brian grew up in Ireland, and he would say that sometimes the sun would be out till 11 at night.
I don't like that.
But he was near not in Northern Ireland, but close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I think there's so much meth.
Didn't Al Pacino do a movie where he was a cop? He had to go to Alaska or someplace up north, and
It's not hot.
and he was trying to figure out a way to get sleep, and doing the blinds and all that stuff. He couldn't get sleep because it was just dark all the time, or it was light all the time. That's what.
Where's
it
the
Oh.
was.
sun?
Yeah, it was just light all the time.
You couldn't get any.
Give me all you got.
Yeah.
Well, there's the new episode, the new season of True Detective with Jodie Foster.
Ooh, I just started watching season 1.
It takes place in Alaska, and it's dark the entire time. There's
Okay.
no day. And I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I would lose. Hey, Alaska, gonna need you to take that continent, because it's a fucking continent. This place is huge, and move it down closer to the old equator.
It's just neighbors with Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's like the next island.
Wait a minute.
Property
Hawaiians
values would
and
go up quite a bit.
Hawaiians and Inuits. Inuits are just Hawaiians with parkas.
Okay,
That's racist, Jason.
Yeah,
But
man.
hey, cancel me. It'll make me
Right.
famous.
we'll call it comedy.
Yeah.
Get up
So
Inuit.
now, mind you, I'm in Alaska. It's snowing. It's cold as fuck. And it is 13 degrees. And you're thinking Alaska. Of course, it's going to be the coldest place ever. So I finish my job there. I get on a plane to go to Toronto. Now, there are no direct flights from Alaska to Toronto,
Nor should there be.
unless I'm there.
Unless you're shipping frozen foods.
Or Jason. Unless you're shipping frozen foods or Jason Collins. Yeah. So they flew me into Denver. Now, I just left Alaska thinking I'm getting back down to the States. It'll be warmer. It is 5 below. It is -5 in Denver.
Wow.
Holy shit. Then I get a text from our friend and fellow comic, Genevieve.
Mhm.
And she says, hey, it's colder in Toronto than it was in Alaska. Bundle up. I'm like, are you goddamn
Wow.
kidding me? So I get to Toronto, and I'm walking the mean streets of downtown Toronto, and cold as shit. I had to put a beanie on. Or, I'm sorry,
Oh.
a toque.
Mm.
That's what they call that hat.
Is it called a toque?
Nope.
Or a
toque?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a toque. My driver
Toque. Wasn't that a
texts me. Yeah,
character in Caveman?
I know. A toque.
And that's a French thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
They're so confused up in Canada. They're French. They're not French. Whatever. Allez-vous je porte pied? Eh?
Sorry.
Sorry, eh? Et la lavage la porte. So my driver texts me and says, hey, I'm going to be between pillar C9 and da da da. I'll be in a Krispy Kreme toque. And it's been about 6 years since I've been to Canada. So I was like, and
you were looking like for a vehicle.
right. Krispy Kreme toque, but also his phone auto-corrected toque to torque.
That's even worse.
Hey, I'm going to be in a Krispy Kreme torque. By the way, this guy, my driver, such a sweet man. He was the most Canadian person on the planet. Just so nice. Hey, where you going over there? I mean, they talk weird as shit. And it's cute, and I love it. But, man, it is so funny. Like, Russell Peters, he's a buddy of ours, and he's just Russell, right? Now, I'm dealing with his brother, Clayton Peters. Shout out CP. Shout out RP. Shout out LMFAO Comedy Club. And Russell, he's been in the States forever, and he's a big hip-hop head, and he's a great DJ and all that stuff. But his older brother he's mainly in Canada. And he talks so Canadian. Like he was talking about something that was nice, and he kept referring to it as dandy.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hug him and kiss him on his face because it was the cutest thing ever. But yeah, my driver was the most Canadian guy of all Canadians. He was so sweet. Whatever you want, just so. It was so cute. I'm gonna get only make sure you get the little Donnybrook or whatever they say for fights. But yeah, Canada was
What's a Donnybrook?
Donnybrook.
That's a
my
fight?
guy.
My guy.
Yeah,
That's a fight.
yeah,
It's like another fisticuffs.
yeah. Fisticuffs also make fighting sound less threatening.
All right.
Donnybrook sounds like a beautiful stream,
Right.
It does.
but you're getting your ass kicked.
Right. I'm gonna give you a real lush mountainside or something.
You gotta watch yourself, pal.
Yeah.
You better
You'll
watch
get a
yourself.
real flowing waterfall there.
Oh, buddy. And then so I'm in Toronto, and we shot a half-hour special, and it was so fun because it didn't feel like I was shooting a special. It felt like I was just doing a club date. It was shot at an amazing little club. Shout out to you guys out there in Toronto at the Comedy Bar. There's 2 locations. I did the Danforth location, and it's the newer of the 2, and it's a beautiful room the way they set it.
The Danforth.
Yeah, Danforth is one I did in Danforth.
I did.
Man, dud. And it was awesome because the Peters brothers, they're so incredible. They there's no pressure. It's like when I first did the world tour with Russell, and I was so nervous because I'd never done stand-up in front of international crowds. And he's like, it's gonna be fine. Don't change a thing. They relax you so much. You're on this tour because you're funny and it'll work, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with his brother. I go there to shoot the special, and he's like, you know what? Have fun. No rules. No holds barred. Do what you want. We're gonna and you shoot it twice, just like anything. Any special, you shoot the thing twice, and I'm pretty sure we got it on the first one. So I did some crowd work and some groaners on the second set where I'm talking about trans people in the most flattering way. And did that, and then flew home on these.
Oh, look there.
There it is. Beautiful room.
That is nice.
They had it decorated a little different for the special. They had a bunch of old TVs and stuff on the. You'll see it.
It's cool.
But yeah, great room, great people. The people running the place, the guy, the manager I met.
It's kind of that long format like Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham. It reminds me of the Gotham. It reminds me of the main room at Flappers and also Ice House main room.
Mm.
It's not real deep and it's wide, but it's great. It was a lot of fun, and I had a blast, and the audiences were incredible. And
did you go there to shoot a special?
Yeah.
Is that why you went?
Yep. That's why I had to fly from Alaska because I was going to cancel the Alaska gig because this thing that I did, the money was good and all that stuff, and I said, but then I talked to the promoters, and they're like, we already put money into promoting the thing, and they're excited to have you here, and I was like, you know what, I'll move some shit around, so that I was able to do both.
Got it.
But man, that travel day, oh my God, my flight from Alaska was at midnight. And I didn't get to Toronto till 3:30 the next day. 3:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
It was a 2-hour layover, 2.5-hour layover in Denver. By the way, layovers at the airport are so boring. Like, that's when I want weird shit to happen.
Well, that's
when
the
I
place
want
to have
fights
it
to
happen.
happen.
Isn't
Yes.
the Denver airport one of those weird conspiracy airports where they say there's some sort of thing under it?
Really?
Like, yeah, isn't that the Denver one?
I haven't heard that.
Oh, there's like
what kind of thing under it?
Google
what?
it. Google
Like
it.
which ley lines?
Google
or something?
What'd you
Denver
say?
airport conspiracy.
Ley lines, magic ley lines? I don't know.
What
it's
is
like
that?
Some kind of
What's a ley line? You
don't-
probably know what it is, you nerd.
ley line. What is that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
like if you believe in kind of any magic or the occult or whatever, there's lines that just where magical energy is more prominent.
No, I see what you're
in
saying.
those
No, this is
areas.
more.
Yeah.
It's more like hidden tech. I think is what it is. Like there's some kind of facility under there. So it's a conspiracy thing, but
Okay.
I dig
Yeah.
that. I like that.
that would be the Denver airport, if I'm correct.
So many airports. All airports suck, and none of them are done.
Ever.
They're still building all of them for
Always
some reason.
building them.
And yeah. However, customs coming home was so easy coming out of Canada because you did it in Canada. We went through customs in Canada. So when I got off the plane in LA, I was just like, I was coming home from Phoenix or some shit.
Oh, nice.
And the flight is weird from Toronto to LA, LA to Toronto, because you get on these airstreams. There's like a stream thing that the airplane gets in, and you could do you could do LA to Toronto in less than like in 3 hours.
Yeah, I was on a flight.
It takes longer to New York.
Yeah, I remember being on a flight once, and the pilot came on, and we're like, "Yeah, we're just below Mach, whatever. And we're going to get home a little early today." It was one of those things.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
But yeah,
science.
airport's never done.
Did you find that thing about Denver?
I have this.
Denver, thousands of people travel through Denver International Airport every single day. Traveling through the airport could be a little out of this world. I got lost. I didn't realize what is this?
No, theories have circulated for decades about what actually happens in the tunnels below the airport.
Yeah. See, I knew there was something about
There's sex.
under the Denver
Yeah.
airport.
Extraterrestrials,
There it is.
lizard people, or a secret city.
Yeah.
Come on. I wish I knew that before.
I'm going for the trifecta. I think they're all three there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mayor Lizardhead, the underground city.
What would the underground city in Denver be
But
called?
where does that start? Where did that rumor start? Like, who thought of that?
I
Some
don't
employee
know.
was just ugly, and somebody said, "Why are they going down the elevator?" That's where that ugly lizard person
because
lives.
there are tunnels down there and they do
Yeah.
luggage and stuff like that. So I think, that's sort of where it started.
That airport's huge, dude.
Yeah.
So big, and it's high. It's up high in Denver. But yeah, man, I have what they have. I have global entry, which makes coming back into the country so easy.
It sounds so sci-fi, though.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's a card.
It
So I
sounds
get
like
to-
something you'd be recovering from.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm recovering from global
I have
entry.
global entry, the largest gangbang ever.
Ew.
Starring Katie Morgan, friend of mine, in Global Entry.
Why specifically this? What's her name?
Katie Morgan, she's a friend of mine out of Arizona. She's a porn star.
Why? Oh, okay. I'm like, you just put your friend in a porn, man.
Nah,
Well,
she's put. Hey,
I
put herself in
figured
them.
she was in the
Yeah,
business.
she
when
did
you
it.
said
Okay.
Yeah. But when you do global entry, you don't have to go through all this bullshit. You go to a machine. It takes a picture of your eyes and your face and says, "Welcome back home."
Wow.
Says, we trust you're not a terrorist.
Right, because I have my TSA Trusted Traveler number and I have global entry, which when you're coming back into the country, it's so much better. When I came back from Dubai, for example, the customs line was so long, and the people in there were probably in that line for at least an hour. Where I just skated right through, went up to this kiosk, just put my passport on, and they looked at my face, and I was home.
And what's that called again?
Global entry.
Got it. Because you have like a few things that you travel with.
Well, I have TSA Pre and I have global entry, and I also have
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah, I was going to say,
What's the
Clear,
one you
Clear's
have
pretty
that-
awesome.
Clear's pretty
I
dope.
want to know the one you have that when we went to Nashville to film your special. No, wait, where was it that we went together and I got through really fast? And
I
you
was
were
so
so
mad
mad
because
because
I
I don't
paid.
have any of this stuff.
Let me
And
tell
I
you,
was like,
Clear's
boom.
amazing, but it's
Yeah.
fucking expensive. It's so expensive.
That was
If you
hilarious.
travel a lot, it's worth it.
It's
though,
so
'cause
worth it.
I know with my daughter, we
Yeah.
were in Seattle, and this line looked like 2 hours long, and
Mm-hmm.
I went and signed up for Clear right that minute.
Oh,
and, you walk right to the front, and so you got.
And if you have TSA Pre and
Yeah.
Clear,
you're
the
golden.
security, in most cases, if the people at the airport have their shit together, it's a 5-minute process. Security.
Yeah.
You just right through it. But then you got to go to some airports where they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
or they don't use Clear
Also-
or whatever.
hey,
That's when you got to upgrade it transparent.
customs have more than one fucking window open.
It's a big world.
It's a huge world.
Yeah.
And there's one guy checking people in.
Hmm.
I almost missed a show because of that once. When I did the JFL comedy festival in Montreal in 2013, and I flew into Canada. And this is the reason I got all that stuff, by the way, because I didn't have it before.
Yeah.
And the customs line, thousands of people bottlenecking down to like 2 windows, and I missed my connector from Vancouver to Montreal.
Ooh.
And I had to spend the night at the airport on top of my suitcase. I was heated.
Oh wow.
So now that I have the global entry, I got a robot. And he just goes, "Welcome to the country, Jason. Welcome."
Does he like a
Yeah. He goes, what kind of droid is C-3PO?
He's a protocol droid.
Yeah. Hello, Jason. That's what I want for my global entry. I want a protocol droid
Just walking with you,
to hold my hand through customs. Hello,
Yeah.
I've got Jason Collins here. I'm a protocol droid.
and they can just go underneath in the luggage thing.
Oh, and you push the top like the little droids, and you pop, and it just goes boop, into a little disc, and you put it in your.
Sure. Those are not nearly as cool as Protocol.
That's why I love Star Tours, going through the whole luggage part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get on that anymore.
Here we go.
Why not?
Because I'm 53. It makes me feel
Wait,
weird.
What?
Yeah. Anything else, the roller coasters, all that stuff, all day. The one with the loop, I could do it.
No,
That
but
big moving room.
but yeah,
Those
what-
make me nauseous.
Yeah, you should just at least go through the line and then
I've done it.
Just leave after
Yeah.
that. Just say I can't do the ride.
The Rise of the Resistance one is cool, though.
I haven't done that yet.
That's a good one.
Sorry, no, I'm getting old. Like the last time I was
Back
at
to your
Disneyland-
back to
You
your
know,
trip. I
last
can
time I was
make
at
it into-
Disneyland, I went on Space Mountain,
Mhm.
and the first part hurt my back. Like we were
Yeah.
on the thing, and it just kind of went thunk, and I wasn't ready. And I went, So the whole,
Yeah.
literally, I was like, it's gonna be and it didn't even do anything. And I got my 75-year-old mom going, let's fucking go, and I'm going, my back for nothing, you know. And then we go on it. So the whole time I'm like, you know, you tighten up.
Do they have a theme parks like that kind of level of theme parks in Canada? Big theme parks like
No
that?
idea. Probably. It's a huge country.
Probably.
It is a huge country. However, did you guys know there are more people in the state of California than the entire country of Canada?
I knew that.
That's not hard to believe though.
Yeah, there's way
Just
too many
on the
people
way here, there was way too many people
in the world.
yeah.
In the world.
Oh man.
So while I was gone and jet setting, real quick, when I got home, I immediately had to go back out and do a show. You came with me.
I
Right?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
It was the one that Tiffany Haddish
Oh, right.
and
Yeah.
who
That
else
was fun.
on
It was Bobby Lee,
Bobby, Tiffany, yeah.
and Bert Kreischer.
That was a fun show. Skylar Stone's
yeah,
show.
and then you closed it.
Right. Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking strong.
Yeah, that was an interesting show. Some
Oh my God. Can
funny
we talk
things
about that for a
happened.
minute?
Yeah.
Google Natasha Leggero.
I can spell Leggero.
Leggero. And so
Very funny.
you're familiar with Bert Kreischer, who I absolutely adore. Bert Kreischer's great. One of the things that Bert Kreischer does when he goes on stage is he immediately takes his shirt off. First thing he does is he goes on stage and he takes his shirt off. And then does his whole set topless. There's Natasha. Now, Natasha Leggero's got a 5-minute spot after him. She's only doing a 5-minute
Yeah,
spot.
because it was supposed to be him, then Tiffany.
Yeah. So Natasha shows up and she does a 5-minute spot. She goes up and immediately takes her top off.
What?
And I don't mean kind of. I mean just gangster. And she had overalls on, so she had to she had to take a jacket off, unclip the overalls, and then take the t-shirt off over her head. I'm gonna tell you, Natasha got some nice little tits. And my wife was there, and my brother was there, my buddy Sam was there, who's crushed on her since he was a kid. And I'm in the way the green room's set up at the Hollywood Improv, there's kind of two for the main room. And there's like, you walk into the green room and it's like a couch and a table and there's it's nice. Then there's a bookshelf, but this bookshelf opens up into another green room that you can go into. And I'm in that green room where they have a screen. You didn't find the pictures of her on stage?
Oh, I didn't look.
Google her name and then topless.
All right.
See what happens.
All right.
And I'm in that room and she's taking her top off. And I just start yelling into the other green room, Sam, come here, Sam. Right? Because he comes in and there she is, just boobing it. And it was so gangster the way she did. Everybody loved it. The audience is flipping out. Bert is screaming like, I can't believe this. It turns out that Bert Kreischer and his wife are huge fans of Natasha Leggero and her husband, who is Moshe Kasher, who's fucking hilarious stand up.
You guys are great.
And so he's like, he couldn't wait to get home and tell his wife what he had witnessed there at the, there she is.
That's it. That was
That's
the
her.
night. That was
She
that night.
literally took him off. Natasha Leggero exposed. I knew this was gonna
Wow, they're
happen.
so blurry.
Well, damn, she got some blurry ass titties. Yo, girl, why your titties blurry?
Oh man.
Yo, you need to
That
focus them
condition.
titties. Focus them titties.
Real quick, what you were saying about our buddy Sam, who was here last podcast. He was our last guest, and there was a little while there where in that first green room, which is this incredible little neat lounge. I want it to be my apartment, but
Yeah.
just Sam and I were sitting there, kind of just chatting,
Mm.
and that bookshelf opened and out walked Natasha Leggero.
Right. And
And
she's so sweet and so little. And
and
she
I
probably doesn't even have to duck under the
No,
thing.
she didn't. But I didn't know that he had this huge crush on her since he was a kid. And
Yeah.
and he didn't know at that moment that she was there. So when his crush comes walking out of the bookshelf, his face, man, it was so funny. He was just all, okay, that happened.
So that happened.
So wait, did she do the whole set topless?
No, after
okay.
and she did it. She didn't go like, peekaboo. It was like everything off, dancing. Great boobs, by the way. Did I mention that?
You did, Jay.
Mentioned her nice little natural, and she's a mom. Titties. And I told her, I said, you got some nice tits, right? And she goes, this is, and somebody else in the green room goes, and she's a mom. And Natasha's so funny. She goes, this is how small breasts bounce back from childhood. I'm like, looking God. So once she got done doing her thing, she took the white coat that she was wearing and put it back on, but only that, but didn't zip it up. So it was kind of hot. Kind of hot. But, and it was great and it was funny. And then Tiffany Haddish went up after her. She starts dancing and taking her top off. She didn't go full. She just went bra and took some money from people in the audience and stuffed it in her bra. And then I went up. I had to follow two gorgeous women.
Wow.
But you know,
who took their clothes off.
Real quick though, back to Tiffany. The way she, after that, and the way she came up after Natasha did that and riffed on it was so pro to me.
You just know Tiffany's in love with you.
Don't stop.
Tiffany Haddish
No.
constantly talks about how sexy my brother is. And it makes me mad because, hey, we're identical twins. Yeah. You know he's the finer twin. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, we need to get her on the show.
She had a good bit, though. She had some good bits.
Oh, she's great. And you know what I love about what she was doing is she's being super honest and open about her issues with the drinking thing and talking about being in rehab and all that stuff. So anyways, I had to follow two gorgeous women who took their tops off. So what I did is I went up and I said, the first thing I said was, did I miss anything?
Yeah, that was good.
And it took a minute to get them after that, but by the end I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna come out of. I just took the energy level up a little bit and just went in and had a good time. So anyways, it was funny, it was fun, it was crazy that she did that. And then I start thinking, yo, we are in the age of cell phones that videotape, and this is gonna be on TMZ tomorrow.
Right.
You know? The funny part is she tells me, she's like, I called my husband and asked him if it was okay if I did that before I did it. And he said, yeah, why not? Go for it. Yeah. I love that. I'm like, that's hilarious. And it was, you know, her and Bert
commit to
know each other, but they weren't like close until that moment. Yeah. She wasn't sure if he was going to get mad that she did, like she was making fun of him. And I'm like, if you know Bert, like he thought it was the greatest thing on the planet.
I was in the stairwell when he came up and he was of course
screaming.
Thought I was you. So he was like, he said, that was the most badass thing I've ever seen. Yeah. That's what he said.
She gets off stage and we're up in the green room. She goes, you think Bert's mad? I go, Natasha, I guarantee he's running up here right now to tell you how. And sure enough, he walks up and you hear Bert's big voice goes, where's Natasha?
Yeah.
And, oh my God, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
man.
But then I think as a business owner, because, you know, we owned a business for 30 plus years, I start thinking of, you know, that's illegal.
Here we go, dad mad.
That's illegal. It's illegal.
Not to mention, every time she does a show now, the first thing you go, take it off.
Right. God, take it off. But it's, as a business owner, I'm like, oh, that's a liability. That's illegal. Because strip clubs are zoned for that kind of thing.
Right.
You know, that's why a lot of comics, you know, Bobby Lee used to do a bit where he gets pretty much naked on stage. And I don't think he's doing that anymore. But yeah. You know, a lot of comics do these things, and I'm like, as a fucking dad and ex-business owner, I'm like, I don't know if that's the right thing to do there.
She felt a bee or something, and she, you know, there's a bee running around in her shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was a good excuse.
Yeah. But she's definitely smuggling some pretty cute little M&Ms under there.
Hey, I'm gonna flash something on the screen for you
Sure.
that only you can see.
Katt Williams. So, all right, Katt Williams.
The reason I'm asking is because I know he said some things about comics and some things that go on, and I was curious if
he called a lot of guys out, but it's like I love Katt. By the way, I think he is. What was the special where he was wearing green with the big belt buckle? Dude, that special was so phenomenal. It was so good. It's the one where Snoop was in the beginning of it with him in the limo.
Right.
Can't remember the name of it, but he is an interesting character. I have a great Katt Williams story if you want to hear it.
Have we told that on the pod?
I don't know if I've told my Katt Williams story on the pod.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
So first of all, let me start by saying I want to believe him because a lot of the stuff I believe.
Real quick, can you go over what's this? Because I don't.
Okay,
know
Katt Williams did Shannon Sharp's podcast called Club Shay
I
Shay.
remember seeing all the clips, but I don't know.
And
Right.
he went in on everybody. He went in on Steve Harvey. He went in on, Kevin Hart. He went in on all these dudes. Cedric the Entertainer, and he accused him of stealing his jokes, and he
So
accused
all those comedians,
and then he accuses them of being part of the whole Hollywood machine, where they're a part of they're part of a machine now, and how they all have these.
sounds
He
bitter.
said all of them have these ugly, light-skinned face women. Like he just went in.
He sounds bitter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's. I don't know if bitter. I don't think he's bitter. I think he's fucking nuts. What I got from it is, I want to believe this, but don't seem like such a crazy person.
Mhm.
And I think he's a crazy person in a lot of ways, but I also think he's a genius and he's fucking hilarious. There he is right here. Look at him getting in Shannon Sharp. And then he talks about like how he'll beat somebody up. And I'm thinking, there was a video of you on YouTube getting your ass kicked by a 15-year-old. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that old video of him getting his ass handed to him in like a backyard barbecue by some kid?
I've never been a Katt Williams.
Oh,
fan.
it's fucking hilarious. But he's like, I got God on my side. And he's just, it's interesting. And he called Shannon Sharp out by having these guys say things. But
So he's saying that they all stole his joke.
that, and that they all sold out and became part of the thing, and they're all liars. You will never see a sold out Kevin Hart show in Hollywood. That's absolute bullshit. First of all, when Kevin Hart shows up to a comedy club, they don't announce it because he wants to just go work on some shit.
Yeah.
And if they said, look, Kevin Hart's doing the fucking so-and-so, you know what? If Kevin Hart did the Forum, it would sell the fuck out. So there was a lot of stuff he said that I didn't agree with. And there was a lot of stuff that I did agree with. And then he started sounding crazy. And here's why I think he's
Maybe
a
the
little
liquor start kicking
Yeah, I
in
see
at
they're
that
drinking.
point.
Oh, yeah. That's Shannon Sharp's shit. That's his drink.
Yeah.
So here's my Katt Williams story. So one night
Shannon Sharp's profile looks like Randy Jackson.
it's
gonna
just
be a
not there
no.
for me, dog.
It's gonna be a no. Or
It's gonna be a no for me, dog. A little pitchy. So one night I'm going to the Comedy Store. This is when I was still trying to become a paid regular. And I was already headlining improvs and the Laugh Factory and headlining gigs around the country, but I wanted to be a paid regular at the Comedy Store. I can't remember if I already was.
You already were, I think.
Yeah, I might have already been there and the parking lot was full or something. For some reason, I didn't park in the comics parking lot. I parked down the street at a paid parking
I
lot.
hate that parking lot.
And I pull into this paid parking lot, and there are 2 parking spaces that are about to be available because people got into their cars and they were going to back out. So I'm waiting for one. Then this fucking lifted Toyota Tundra with chrome bullhorns on the hood pulls in.
Cool.
Right? And I'm like, yo, this guy's either short or he has a little pee-pee.
Or both.
I was
Little
correct
pee-pee.
about the first part. So he's now waiting for what I think is the other parking space. But I don't think he realizes I've already got one. Right? So when the space that he's waiting for, it turns out that car pulled out first. And when that happened, he gunned it into this parking spot like he was jacking me for a spot. Thought it was hilarious because I wasn't even waiting for that parking spot. And if he hears this story, he probably won't even remember because his life is way better than mine. So
Life is way better.
his life's way better than mine. And so he guns it into that parking space. And then the parking space I was waiting for opens and I just calmly pull in. I was like, that was fucking hilarious. Now, mind you, I don't know that it's him, by the way. And he gets out and I'm like, I knew it. Short guy, right? Had a little hat on, pulled low. And 2 of the most unattractive women I've ever seen.
You don't know their personality.
Oh no, they were horrible. They were Yetis. They were Sasquatch. They get out of the car, these giant, handsome, strong women. And it's just hilarious. You
It's
got
like
this
when
little
short
tiny
guys-
guy and these 2 giant women with him. And I'm like, oh, it's obviously a pimp and his hoes.
Or
because
his security.
I'm racist.
But go on.
And did you say or security?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. But the way this parking lot works is you got to walk up to this machine and pay. And there's always a little bit of a line because people are always in and out of that lot. So I go and I pay, and I'm waiting in the pay line. And I hear the two wildebeests walk up beside me with their keeper. And I could tell this dude is just staring at me, burning a hole in the side of my face. Now I'm with a young lady who's also a comedian. And she's just like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm like, oh, this is weird. So I kind of look over at him, and he's dead staring me in the eyes. Still don't know that it's Katt Williams, by the way. And I'm just kind of looking at him. He's like, you got a problem?
He said that?
Yeah. And I go, didn't think I did. And he goes, I got that space, didn't I? And I'm like, congratulations, buddy. You got the space. And then he's still staring at me. And I stepped up a little bit. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And you could tell that he had this reaction like, oh, this ain't how that usually goes down. I usually intimidate people, especially white guys with glasses and gray hair. Nothing came of it. So we pay. I start walking to the club, and the young lady that I'm with goes, do you know who that was? And I go, no. Who was that? She goes, that was Katt Williams. And I was like, God damn it. Was it? She was like, yes. I'm like, fuck. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of this guy. His special that just came out with the green side. I'm saying the whole thing. I go, damn, that sucks. I love Katt Williams. So we get to the Comedy Store bar. He walks in with his two Clydesdales, and he ropes them off, gives them a trough, and then
we're gonna carry this joke all the way through.
Then I said, hey, look, man, come on, no hard feelings. He's like, nah, man, don't worry about it. And the thing that he's definitely not going to remember this. I said, look, my name's Jason Collins. And he goes, I know who you are. And that made my fucking night that Katt Williams knew who I was. And I have never seen him in person since.
Now, were you performing that night?
Yeah.
Oh, was he performing?
Well, he is and was at the status at that time where he could if he wanted to. There's a thing in comedy, like if we call our availability in on Mondays or Sundays, and then by Tuesday they let us know when we're on and what our time slots are.
Sounds like a union.
Yes. But then there's the Katt Williamses of the world who can just show up and say, yo, I want to go on next. Yo, I want to go on next. What was that? A good cat?
Not a big enough fan to know.
Okay.
That was a good impression.
So yeah, he was definitely on that night as well because he was Katt Williams, is Katt Williams. So that's my Katt story. But as far as that shit that he did, I think it's hilarious. I don't care. It seems to me that he kept it pretty much in the black comedy community until he mentioned Rogan and that little dig on Rogan.
Which was what?
Rogan only has about 6 comedians that he puts on who've never been funny. Mm-hmm. I agree half.
Right.
Because I think that at least 3 out of the 6 are funny.
I don't dislike Katt Williams. I've just never been interested.
You got to watch one of his stand-up specials. It is laugh out loud funny. And like his take on things, it's so funny. He's so funny.
Right.
Do you think he's funny, Solomon?
For me, it's about delivery. And it's interesting. There are 2 comedians that I've never really liked. He's one of them. And then the other one, now I can't even remember his name. That's how much I didn't like him. Black comedian.
Oh, him. Yeah. That narrows it down.
No. I get it. I'm gonna think of his name.
Kevin Hart.
He had his own like comedy, like sitcom type deal.
Robert Townsend?
No.
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
No.
Oh, Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
No.
The guy, Blackish. What's his name?
No.
Is he a comic?
Anthony Anderson.
He's been recently
Murphy.
been in the news
Dave
quite
Chappelle.
a bit. Dave Chappelle, that guy.
What? You couldn't remember Dave Chappelle?
That's
yeah.
weird.
Go.
I just
He's like, what's that band?
You're not a
with
fan
the
of
4
Chappelle?
British guys?
No, I just don't think he's very funny to me. I people, oh, you got to watch it, and I watch it, and I go,
It's sometimes these days.
yeah,
It's more of a wise man speaking. It's more of a TED talk.
yeah,
But it's a very funny TED talk.
yeah. Maybe I just have to get more into it.
I think he's
found him funny.
We were talking about the young comedian specials from back in the day.
Yeah.
earlier.
I went down a rabbit hole. The old back in the '80s, the Dangerfield's young comedians, and the guys that were on there, they were just young Bob Saget, Robert Townsend.
Dude, he was funny.
all those guys. Jim Carrey, Seinfeld had an episode. Robert Schimmel, who's no longer with us, who I'll never forget. Elaine and I, my wife and I, watching Robert Schimmel's special when the kids were still little and laughing so much that we woke the kids up.
Oh, that's great.
That's nice. Yeah.
But
remember Robert Townsend had that really cool independent movie that he paid for with his credit cards called Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle. Who was in it?
Great.
Damon Wayans was in it. Keenan Ivory Wayans was in it. A lot of really funny people were in it.
Yeah.
Dom Irrera was in it.
Mm-hmm.
What we're looking for.
Yeah. He's an Eddie Murphy type.
And then he was like, well, we need you to be more Murphonic, more Murphy-esque. And yeah.
Give the actor a murphectomy.
Yeah. And everyone in the audition room were all dressed and looking like Eddie Murphy.
Laughing like him.
Shit. Remember the big thing at the end? There's work at the post office.
Yep. That was through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Remember sneaking in the movies?
Yep.
That sketch on there.
We gave that one the finger. The idea of that, the cool thing. Did you see Hollywood Shuffle?
No.
The whole thing is that he's a struggling actor trying to get work.
Okay.
And
they keep wanting to go ahead.
And his wife, and one of the things is his grandmother always tells him, "Oh, there's work at the post office." But as he's going through the over story is, he's trying to get a job as an actor. But the movie is a string of basically sketches.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Do you remember the detective one, Death of a Breakdancer?
Yeah, Death of a Breakdancer.
Yeah,
Do the Jerry Curl.
Yeah, that was Keenan Ivory Wayans. Yeah.
Basically, and everything, and the thing is, it was about the integrity of the actor too, because everything that he was getting auditions for was super racist.
Yeah.
Stereotypical. Remember Black Acting School? Remember that?
So good. And all the instructors were white.
They were teaching the black actors how to walk black. No, like this.
So
like
bad.
this.
But it was like ahead of its time in a way.
It really was, but it was so funny. That movie and Odd Jobs were the two movies that you and I loved.
Right. Yep.
And if you and tell again, the entire cast were stand-up comics.
Yeah. What you got in that fancy case of yours, Roy?
Look, remember?
Oh yeah.
Attack of the Street Pimps.
That's right. Attack of the Street Pimps. It was like a zombie movie. And this was part of the whole where they were movie critics.
Yeah.
In the theater. Yeah. And there was a few movies. That was one. The other
we gave that one the finger.
The other one was Chicago Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yep.
And then there was oh man, I can't remember the other one.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Robert Townsend's a phenomenal writer, director.
His stuff was great.
Yeah. It's crazy that remember
his bit about getting rejected in the dance club.
Oh yeah.
It's always one of my favorites, man.
What's the movie he did where he was a superhero? God damn it.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
You remember that one? I think it's like recently was like the 30th anniversary of that movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's not that far.
But yeah, that's what's been going on in my world. So
Cool.
to summarize or review, we had cold weather, Moose, great tits, old school comedy, and I'm home.
Yeah. There we go.
So what'd you do while I was gone?
I honestly, man, I got really ill. I got some kind of food poisoning or something.
Oh, you know what's so funny? When David gets sick, his wife texts me to tell me.
I don't know why. Yeah.
It's so funny. I think
But you know what?
She's making fun of you.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
that or she wants to see if there's the twin effect. She's
Maybe.
like,
maybe,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
It's funny
No,
you
she
mentioned that. I just took the biggest shit.
No, she likes to make fun of me to Jay because But I got extremely sick and spent most of the time in bed, unfortunately.
When you told me that and that you had the food poisoning and you were throwing up from both ends,
it was bad.
whenever I talk to Brent about it, we always go, God, lucky.
Why?
Because we want to lose weight.
Oh,
Oh, man, I could use that right now.
Yeah.
I could use that right now. Get depuffed.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with everybody. I cheated. I had a cheat meal, and this is what did it, I think. Every once in a while, Beck and I want to treat ourselves. We'll have this little McDonald's meal, but we just get the little basic cheeseburger, just the little one, right?
The two.
Yeah, I thought I'd get.
By the way, treating yourself at McDonald's.
Yeah, that's what.
How's that said? It's like
I'm
it's so
joking.
good, it smells good, but you can't have it all the time.
Anytime I drive by a McDonald's, even if I'm full, not hungry, the smell, I'm like, I'm gonna have some McDonald's right now.
Yeah,
Well, I don't fuck with fish fillet. I don't fuck with the McRib.
That's a good point. This is where I think I got a little too brave, and I ordered something different. I got a one of those quarter pounders,
Did you get the double quarter pounder?
probably, but I
No
think
onion.
Oh,
No
extra
onion?
onions for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
well,
yeah,
That's
man.
the only thing I eat at
Just give me
McDonald's.
that stuff.
if
Oh
I get it
yeah.
all.
But I think the meat is not the same meat that they use for the other burger.
I think they charbroil the.
or
I don't know.
something,
They do
but
something.
I know it.
Okay,
It
let me
messed me up.
let me
I
clarify. They do
couldn't-
not charbroil the meat at McDonald's.
That's Burger King, right?
yes.
No, Jay said charbroiled.
Yeah.
He's a dummy.
What's the difference between the quarter pounder patty and the regular?
It's even the consistency is they're fat.
Well, they're
big old-
bigger. They're bigger pies. So
Does
they
it really
basically
weigh a
have
quarter of a pound?
I don't know. I think that's pre-cooking.
pre-cooking.
I'm never
weight,
eating one
probably,
again. That's
yeah.
all I know. I was laid up for like 3 days. Yeah, and then
Lucky. Dude.
and then because she's a big copycat, Becca had cheated because she's not supposed to have too much chocolate because of one of her stomach issues.
She can't lose weight,
And she had a little chocolate or something, and dude, man, it messed her up.
and we haven't seen her since. We've been checking all the cracks in the floor.
No, come on.
But
yeah,
does she
she's
know how many
better.
Reese's you eat when you come here?
Oh my
Oh, I told her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I only had one today. That's all I can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I just got really ill while you got to, globetrot. Must be nice to be you.
Well, we're back. I'm back. We will be here next week. I'm going to have a guest next week. I'm not sure who, but it'll be a good one, and it'll be a buddy, so we'll have some fun. Make sure you continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, wherever it is that you download. Make sure you leave us a 5-star rating. It helps the podcast. Leave us a review. It helps the podcast. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell,
Get it.
and ring it. And again, Amazon Prime, baby. Go to Amazon Prime, search Jason Collins, watch my special. You'll love it. I can't watch it, but you'll love it. And also remember to make sure you email us at unidenticalpod@gmail.com.
Let's also remind them that it was directed by Brent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the special on Amazon, directed by my baby brother, Brent Morin. Brent Morin also shot one of those half hours that I did in Toronto, so keep an eye out for his as well.
Real baby brother?
No.
Oh,
He's like the bro. He's like the
Checking.
little brother I never wanted. Like,
Yeah.
he's been around since he was a teenager.
Love the
Can't seem to
kid.
get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's herpes. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys. Oh, make sure go to unidenticalpod.com, get your merchandise. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.
Bye.
Unidentical.